I have 3 adult books I want to talk about, and I can't wait to share them all with you. Hello everyone, today I am here to do another Mashup review. Again, if you're not familiar with Mashup reviews on my channel, it's where I take 3 of my most recent reads. I try to keep them within the same genre. This one, not so much. I reviewed them for you all in one video, spoiler free. I just tell you what they are about, what I thought about them, and what I rated them. So today, they're all going to be 3 adult books, but they are all very in different genres. So the first book I have that I want to talk about is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey Miss Quinton, which is a new adult chick lit. I have Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting, which is another adult chick lit. And then I have An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, which is an adult mystery thriller. So we have 2 really romantic books and then a mystery thriller. Either way, they're all adults. As always, there will be timestamps down below for each book in case you want to hear about one particular book. So the first book I want to talk about today is Red, White, and Royal Blue. This book is not quite out yet, so I feel bad talking about it, but it is coming out very soon. I want to say it comes out on May 14th, so very soon. So I just want to talk about this book because I'm sure you've heard a lot about it here on BookTube. Red, White, and Royal Blue is a new adult/adult. I mean, the new adult genre, there's nothing against it in my opinion. I just don't know if I would call it new adult. I can understand for marketing purposes because I feel like new adult is marketed more towards 18 to like 22-year-olds. So I understand calling it new adult. I feel like new adult gets a lot of bad rap, honestly, but I would just call it adult because I feel like 18 adult, but that's just me. Either way, if you want to call this new adult, great. If you want to call this adult, great. Whatever you fancy. This book is a rom-com and a freaking book, honestly. So we follow a character named Alex. Alex is the son of a female president. So it's kind of like if a certain president wouldn't have won the election, this is who would have won, is Claremont. So Alex is Claremont's son, and he is half Mexican. His dad is Mexican, and he has a sister, and his mom is president, and that's great. And he also is feuding with the royal prince of Britain, and that guy's name is Henry. And Alex and Henry have kind of had a feud ever since Alex was a child, honestly. And basically what happens at the beginning of this book, Alex has to attend a royal wedding of one of Henry's brothers, and he does that, and then they kind of get an argument, and then Alex accidentally knocks over a cake. So that's not good. So it also looks like that they're feuding and things like that, which is a big no-no for publications and like for media's sake. So the media team decides to make Henry and Alex like BFFs. They make them go on these like scheduled road dates and all these other things, and eventually they develop feelings for each other and have a relationship and have to kind of hide it. I know that's saying a lot, like you're like, whoa, you gave away the whole book. No, I didn't. Everything I said was already on the dust jacket, so it's nothing surprising, nothing new. I did not spoil you by any means, so just rest assured on that. So basically this book has a lot of tropes in it. I classify it as 3 tropes. We have the hate to love trope because Alex and Henry, more Alex than Henry, really loved Henry before he got to know him. Then we have a friends to love trope because after Alex stopped hating Henry, he was like, oh, he's my friend. And then it developed into more. Then it has the secret relationship trope. So in case you're into any of those tropes, this book is great. This book is amazing. I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Easily one of my favorite romantic books I've ever read, honestly. The writing is so witty and so satire-y, honestly. Like, I loved the characters, Alex and Henry's relationship. Oh my gosh. I swoon. So much swoonage. I will tell you that there is a lot of adult times in this. By adult times, I mean it's sexual time. So in case you do not like that kind of stuff, this is not the book for you, just so you're fully aware of that. But it has a lot of the steaminess, a lot of sexual times that a lot of adult chick lit books have. So I just want to let you guys know that, just so you know. But I enjoyed it. The characters were amazing. The relationship was amazing. The politics I struggle with. I'm a person that, I'm just going to say it, I don't like talking about politics. I don't like discussing it. I don't like listening to politics. I stay up to date with it and I know what's going on, but I just loathe politics, whether it be US politics or the British monarchy. Like, I'm not into politics. Like, if you could pick the world's worst job for me, it would be in politics. I would hate it. So that's just me personally. A lot of people love politics. A lot of people love talking about it. If you do, this would be a great book because it's full of politics, because Alex's mom is the president and she's a female president. And how amazing is that? We also have Henry, who is, you know, living under the British monarchy, where it's very rigid, very structured. Everything has to be a certain way, and this relationship that they have to hide is really hard on them both, more in Henry in particular, because of that. So it's full of politics. I was honestly thinking about knocking like a half star off of it because of that, because I didn't enjoy that aspect at all. But just overall, I loved the book so much that it did not matter to me, because the characters really shine. Like Alex is a very witty, sarcastic, he's kind of a little bit of a jerk too in the beginning of the book, but he's just so fun to read about, and I loved watching the relationship bloom. I know a ton of people have been talking about this book and raving about this book. It's definitely going to get hyped here very, very soon, closer to its release date, but I think it was well worth the hype. I thought the writing alone and the characters, the relationship all made up for it, and I am here to say I hope she writes like more in this world, because that would be amazing. I would love to see a book from Alex's sister, a book from Alex's friend, a book from Henry's friend. I want more of this. Like, I want a wedding of Henry and Alex, like ASAP, please. Like, it needs to happen. Next up, I want to talk about Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting. This came out last year, I believe. This is another adult rom-com chick lit type of a book. In this book, we follow Lila, who Lila has been heartbroken for many, many years. She was in love with her high school boyfriend, Ethan, and they were dating, and he was a hockey star. And then after high school, he got drafted, is that the right word? I'm so bad with sports, into the NHL, the National Hockey League. I hope that's right. And basically he broke up with her, and 8 years have passed. Lila has been married and now she is divorced, and Ethan is now coming back into her life, and he wants to be with her again, and he wants to make amends for his breaking up with her and things like that. So it's about Lila kind of figuring out her relationship from there. Should she forgive him or should she not? It's basically about Lila and Ethan pretty much. Overall, I gave this book a 3 out of 5. I did enjoy it. I thought the writing was really good. I did feel like it was a little bit too lengthy, honestly. It's 340 pages. I feel like it could have gotten away with 250 to 300 in my opinion. That's just me. I felt like there was some conflicts in it that didn't even need to be conflicts, especially the whole back of the book, and the title is like called Good Luck Charm because she's like his good luck charm. I did not feel like that warranted like a conflict at all. Like, I felt like that was just written to just be written so they can have a conflict in there, because I feel like with certain romance books, or really with all romance books, they have to follow this trajectory of like a couple kind of meets, or maybe they get back together and they're lovey-dovey for a while, and then some big like catalyst has to come in there and like shake it up, or a big conflict has to come in and has to really like, the two have to think about things, and maybe they'll break up and you don't know, but they always get back together. But I just felt like that the title alone, the Good Luck Charm, was just put in there to be put in there for the conflict that didn't need to be a conflict, because the whole book is about them getting back together after he broke up with her. That's conflict enough in my opinion, but that is just me. Oh, I enjoyed it. I'd say if you're a big fan of chick lit, I would recommend it. It's a solid chick lit book in my opinion. I'm very harsh on contemporaries and chick lits, I think, because I just read so much of them, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. I did like this one. I would recommend it. It does have a lot of adult times in this as well, a lot of sexual things, just so you're forewarned. I did not know that going into it because I didn't think it did, but it does. But overall, I like the overarching plot. I like the characters, the relationship, kind of the second chance romance thing. If you're into those, this is a great one for that. So 3 out of 5. Solid, not the best romantic comedy book I've read, nor the worst. Lastly, we have An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekin. This is an adult mystery thriller. These two authors teamed up last year to write the book called The Wife Between Us. I read last year and I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite mystery thrillers, which is uncommon because a lot of people don't like this book. So I was very excited to read this book, but I did not love it. This book is very odd to explain. The whole book in its entirety is just odd in my opinion. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. In this book we follow a character named Jessica, and she is a makeup artist. She was really big into doing makeup for Broadway plays, or like off-Broadway plays, and then she kind of has a snag in her love life, and she's just now a makeup artist for a company. So she goes to like high schoolers or colleges, like people will hire her to get her makeup, people will hire her for an hour to like get their makeup ready for prom, other stuff like that. And she's also really struggling with money. So she hears about this survey, this morality survey, if you will, of people's morals, hosted by the psychologist. So she decides to go because she needs the money, and why not? And ask questions like, could you tell a lie without feeling guilt? Have you ever deeply hurt someone you cared about? Should the punishment always fit the crime? And so she answers them, and then she gets deeper into the survey. The psychologist reaches out to her herself and is like, hey, can you, do more for me. I'll pay more for you. I want to, you know, get deeper into this morale survey. And basically it becomes that she no longer can trust what is real in her life and what is one of doctor's manipulative experiments. Caught in the web of deceit and jealousy, Jess quickly learns that obsessions can be deadly. So this book was just odd. Like, overall, I thought it was interesting that the survey started and, you know, she got more into it. This doctor, Dr. Shields, is the one hosting this survey, and they talked personally, and she would send her on these assignments, and, you know, it would be just weird. And also has some chapters from a second point of view, much like You by Carolyn Kepnes, if you've read that, where it's like directly talking to you, the reader, but they're really talking to the main character, in this case, Jessica. Overall, I was just impressed with this one. I was gonna give it a 3 out of 5, but thinking back on it more, I would give it a 2 out of 5, honestly. The ending alone, I was not happy with, which I'm not surprised with, because I loved The Wife Between Us, and I probably would have given it a really higher rating if it was not for the ending of that book. This book, I didn't love the whole thing, and then the ending really just disimpressed me completely. So 2 out of 5. I don't think that the whole plot of like this survey and how a psychologist took it too far sounded interesting in context, but reading more about it, I did not think it was fleshed out well enough. I thought it was just very boring, honestly. Like, some parts I was very intrigued by, like, ooh, a mystery. We're gonna dig more to why this doctor is doing this survey, what's behind her life. And then we learn more, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's it. And I don't know. I can't say much about it because it is a mystery thriller, because you want to have some sort of vagueness while reading it, because otherwise, what's the point? Just didn't love it. So in case you're like a big avid mystery thriller fan, I would maybe steer clear of this one. I just didn't enjoy it. I love The Wife Between Us, but this one just kind of let me down. I just wanted more from it. If you're just a fan of psychologists, though, and like reading about twisted surveys and delving deep into their lives of like what's real or not, maybe check this one out. I don't know. But those are my thoughts and opinions on these 3 books right here. It's safe to say my favorite of them was definitely Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I would recommend this one the most. So if you've read any of these, please let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do we have the same ones? Do we have disagreement on some? I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Let me just sit here